Friends, we're all back together for the next episode of the Juicebox Podcast. Welcome.
Hi, my name's Nicole. I am from Perth, Australia, and I have had type 1 diabetes for almost 25 years now.
My Diabetes Pro Tip series is about cutting through the clutter of diabetes management to give you the straightforward, practical insights that truly make a difference. This series is all about mastering the fundamentals, whether it's the basics of insulin, dosing adjustments, or everyday management strategies that will empower you to take control. I'm joined by Jenny Smith, who is a diabetes educator with over 35 years of personal experience, and we break down complex concepts into simple, actionable tips. The Diabetes Pro Tip series runs between episode 1000 and 1025 in your podcast player, where you can listen to it at juiceboxpodcast.com by going up into the menu. Nothing you hear on the Juicebox Podcast should be considered advice, medical or otherwise. Always consult a physician before making any changes to your healthcare plan. The episode you're about to enjoy was brought to you by Dexcom. The Dexcom G7, the same CGM that my daughter wears. You can learn more and get started today at my link, dexcom.com/juicebox. The episode you're about to listen to is sponsored by Tandem Mobi, the impressively small insulin pump. Tandem Mobi features Tandem's newest algorithm, Control IQ Plus technology. It's designed for greater discretion, more freedom, and improved time and range. Learn more and get started today at tandemdiabetes.com/juicebox.
Hi, my name's Nicole. I am from Perth, Australia, and I have had type 1 diabetes for almost 25 years now.
You're from Perth?
Yes.
Do you know what people from Australia most commonly do when they're on the podcast?
I've heard a couple, but...
Yeah, they always get the day wrong. Like, I sit down to record. Yeah. I'm like, okay. Meanwhile, like, it's 9 a.m. for me. That's as early as I record. And you, It's, what is it, midnight for you?
9 o'clock. 9 p.m.
9 p.m. for you. Yep. Okay, so it's nighttime for you. And most of the time I sit down, and then every time it's from somebody from Australia, they're not there. And I send a note, and I send a note, and I go, hey, we were supposed to record. And they go, no, that's tomorrow. And I'm like, no, it is tomorrow, today, here. Or like, and I don't even know how any of that works. So I get confused by it, and then we just laugh and we try it again.
Yeah.
Anyway, 25 years. And you are how old?
Yeah, I'm 53.
53. So you got it when you're 28?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, 29, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Close enough.
Are you a mom?
I am, yes, now.
Were you then?
Well, that's a long story.
Okay.
That's part of my story. So,
well, then go ahead and tell me that story.
Get to that.
Yeah, hell, jump right in. How's that part of your story?
Well, I think my story probably starts earlier than that, probably when I was 13. When I was 13, I got very sick one day and ended up in hospital. I had severe stomach pains. My parents ended up rushing me to the hospital, and they did the tests, and they were like, oh, we think you have diabetes. It ended up not being diabetes. It was pancreatitis.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was in hospital for about 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Almost on, yeah.
Were you on death's door? What's going on?
I was, yeah. When they rushed me in, and it was probably about 6 days, I was very, very sick. I remember one night, the one night when they kind of said to my mum, oh, look, if the fever doesn't break and she doesn't get well overnight, then we're going to have to operate and take out her pancreas. Hopefully it will we might only have to take half of it out. Otherwise, and I remember at 13, I was looking up and they had all these fans on me trying to bring my temperature down and all this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I looking over at my mum, and I've never seen her so scared.
Yeah.
I could see on her face that she was really scared. But yeah, it did break overnight that night. So yeah, and then they kept me in hospital for I think another week or so because I'd lost so much weight that I was already very skinny, and I'd lost so much weight, so they were trying to fatten me up and get me better. So
what was the onset of that pancreatitis like? Was it instant, very quick, or?
it was instant. Yes. I remember it was New Year's Day. We'd gone down to the beach. When we left for the beach, I was okay. I was just feeling a bit off. By the time we got down to the beach, I was in severe pain. I just lay down on my towel and I couldn't really move much at all. And then by that night, I was in severe stomach pain. I couldn't move, couldn't do anything. Yeah. They ended up calling in a locum doctor and he said, get her down. He did a urine test and said, no, you need to take her to the hospital right now. Okay. It was very sudden. And they never found out what it was either. They did tests afterwards to a endoscopy and CAT scans and all sorts of things and never actually found a cause for it.
Like viral or you don't know what brought it on at all?
No, don't know.
And then
don't know.
That's 13. How long? What's the recovery time? A
13,
few weeks?
Yeah. A few weeks.
And then you just keep going and never think about it again.
No.
Were you sick more as a child after that, or was that this one-time thing?
No, it was just a one-time thing.
Okay.
One-time thing, yeah.
Interesting. And you think that's where this may have all began?
Well, I don't know. It's just the pancreas. It's possibly. No one's ever said that. I've mentioned it before to my endos and that kind of stuff, and they've kind of just gone, "Oh, yeah, that's interesting." You don't know, do you?
Yeah. Well, I have a little thing here I was doing while you were talking. So if you get something called pancreagenic diabetes, it's acute or chronic pancreatitis, and it can happen because of physical scarring or a loss of both exocrine or endocrine tissue. They say a clue that it's not classic type 1 could be that you have little or no digestive enzymes. Did you have any trouble with that? Did you digest food poorly through your life?
Yes.
Really? So it says here, key clues that it's not a classic type 1 diagnosis. Little or no digestive enzymes, low C-peptide, but no autoimmune antibodies. Have you ever been checked for the antibodies?
Yes.
Is that you? That's you?
That's me.
Well, our overlords on my computer say that that's probably what happened to you. So we'll see. If they don't take over the world and blow it all up, maybe they know something about this. Well, it's interesting, isn't it? It sucks because there's no other autoimmune in your family, right?
No.
No,
there's not.
Just a random illness you picked up. Probably got bit by one of those spiders.
Possibly.
Damn right. They're everywhere. Tell people they're everywhere. Aren't they, Nicole?
Yeah. They are everywhere.
Yeah. You're living in Jurassic Park over there. Tell people.
Yep. We do, yes. Snakes, spiders, lizards, kangaroos.
Why don't you leave?
Here.
Are there no planes? Why won't you leave?
Oh, yeah, there's planes here. But I love it too much.
Is it a good place? Have you ever lived anywhere else?
No, I haven't.
No. Have you visited other places?
Yes.
Where have you been that's anywhere equal to Australia or something that makes you feel as comfortable?
I've been to New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know that it's equal.
But not bad. Not bad.
Not bad, yeah.
People in New Zealand are like, hey, it's not bad here. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But so you love it there?
Yeah,
nothing wrong with that. How's the weather? Like right now, it's summer's coming here. What's happening there?
Yeah, winter's coming here.
I see.
So we're it got to 18 today.
Oh, you use that other system. 18. What does that mean? I'll figure it out. You keep talking. So it's cold there today.
Yeah, it's getting cold. Yeah.
Okay, and
we've had kind of a late onset to winter, but yeah, it's getting here.
You never saw snow though, right?
Oh, once, but not here.
Where was it?
It was on the east coast of Australia, up in the mountains. In
the mountains, you can get some there. Okay, I got it. Oh, 64. So that's cold for you. 18.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I call that a spring day. A little chilly.
Yeah.
Do you have pants on and a coat?
Just pants and a jumper.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So summer is like a hot day in summer would be 45, 46.
Okay. 45, 46. In like the 80s or 90s. I get you. I'm doing my math.
Yeah.
There. I got you. All right. So it's not that different from here, although it just doesn't get that cold. It gets cold for you, but it doesn't get cold compared to how it gets cold here. I see.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're lucky because the cold is terrible. Though apparently, if it doesn't get cold enough, then the spiders don't die, and then they get then they get bigger over time, and they're as big as your face.
Oh no, the big ones don't hurt you.
It's the little ones we're scared of.
It's the little ones.
Awesome, the ones you can't see coming.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a snake in your toilet?
No.
Have you heard of people who have?
I have.
Mm-hmm.
I've had one at the front door.
What did I see the other day? Over is it on the Toktik or perhaps Instagram? This guy's Ring camera went off, and I think he was in Texas. And there's just like a 5-foot bull snake going up the side of his house, and it just tripped his Ring camera. And they're harmless, I guess, but nevertheless, do people get constricted to death in Australia ever?
No, not so much in the pythons. They have them as pets here.
Oh, do you have any pets?
No.
No, you're like, I can go outside.
Not snakes for pets. I've got a dog, and that's all.
How about what do you got? Crocodiles, right? Anybody ever get chomped up by a crocodile?
Oh, not in Perth. We don't have many here. The top half of Australia.
Okay, all right. So you're okay. I see what. I'm very worried about these things, as you can tell. I would not be okay. I'd be in a panic most of the time. Just walking around thinking like, when is one of these snakes or spiders going to end my life? Probably right now. But you don't think about it.
No, not really.
All right. I guess I'd be okay then. So 13 years old, this happens, kind of move on. Nobody thinks twice about it. Now you grow up, go through school.
Yeah.
Do you go to college?
Yep. No, I left school and got a job.
Okay.
And
what kind of work were you doing in your 20s?
Admin work.
Okay. So you're just out in the world chugging along. And then how does the diabetes present for you?
Well, I then I met a boy. We decided to live together and, do what you normally do.
Argue about where to get dinner?
Yeah. Yeah, we do that. But, it's getting on to like 20, 25, 26. Now, I'd always wanted to be a mum.
Mm-hmm.
So, time was getting on. So we decided that, it was time we tried to have a baby, start having the baby. Took a while to get pregnant. It took like 2 years or so tracking my cycle and doing all that kind of stuff. We were trying hard.
Okay. Took 2 years.
It finally happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it took 2 years. It finally happened. All was going well. I didn't have that great a pregnancy. It was like lots of morning sickness, that kind of stuff. I got to about 27 weeks and started having, I'd be walking around work and I couldn't go anywhere without a bottle of water. A lot of the normal, signs of diabetes started happening. But because I was pregnant, you're just like, oh, well, I'm drinking lots of water because I'm pregnant.
Yeah, right. If you pee a lot when you're pregnant, right? You just think, the baby's on my bladder.
Yeah.
You still working that far into the pregnancy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I was still working. Funnily enough, I was actually working in a nursing home. So I was surrounded by registered nurses and nurses. The first time I'd ever come across type 1 diabetes, one of our residents was a type 1. Yeah, it was a bit of a controversy because she was often hypoing and they were having to give her glucagon quite a bit. And looking back now, it's kind of, that was a bit worrying.
Yeah.
But no one saw anything. And by about 27 weeks, I got sick. So I went into my GP doctor. He saw me. He was like, oh, I think you've got a virus. You've got the flu. Go home, lots of rest, have some rest, drink lots of water. So I went home that night and just steadily got a lot worse. Over that night, I started getting in quite a lot of pain. I don't think I slept much at all that night. When I got up in the morning, my partner got up to go to work in the morning. Yeah, he got up to go to work. And I then, when he went off to work, I called my mum and she came and picked me up and she took me to the hospital.
Did you tell him you didn't feel well before he left?
Yes.
You did? Are we still mad at him about that? Let's talk about the Tandem Mobi insulin pump from today's sponsor, Tandem Diabetes Care. Their newest algorithm, Control IQ Plus technology, and the new Tandem Mobi pump offer you unique opportunities to have better control. It's the only system with auto bolus that helps with missed meals and preventing hyperglycemia. The only system with a dedicated sleep setting, and the only system with off or on body wear options. Tandem Mobi gives you more discretion, freedom, and options for how to manage your diabetes. This is their best algorithm ever, and they'd like you to check it out at tandemdiabetes.com/juicebox. When you get to my link, you're going to see integrations with Dexcom sensors and a ton of other information that's going to help you learn about Tandem's tiny pump that's big on control. tandemdiabetes.com/juicebox. The Tandem Mobi system is available for people ages 2 and up who want an automated delivery system to help them sleep better, wake up in range, and address high blood sugars with autobolus. The Dexcom G7 is sponsoring this episode of the Juicebox Podcast, and it features a lightning-fast 30-minute warm-up time. That's right, from the time you put on the Dexcom G7 till the time you're getting readings, 30 minutes. That's pretty great. It also has a 12-hour grace period, so you can swap your sensor when it's convenient for you. All of that on top of it being small, accurate, incredibly wearable, and light. These things, in my opinion, make the Dexcom G7 a no-brainer. The Dexcom G7 comes with way more than just this. Up to 10 people can follow you. You can use it with type 1, type 2, or gestational diabetes. It's covered by all sorts of insurances. And this might be the best part. It might be the best part. Alerts and alarms that are customizable so that you can be alerted at the levels that make sense to you. Dexcom.com/juicebox. Links in the show notes. Links at juiceboxpodcast.com to Dexcom and all the sponsors. When you use my links, you're supporting the production of the podcast and helping to keep it free and plentiful.
Yes.
Yeah. Nicole, explain the female ability to hold a grudge. It's an amazing superpower, isn't it?
It is. It is quite amazing superpower, yeah. Well, to be honest, I kind of forgotten a lot about that time.
Yeah.
It was, it was a bit of a blur.
Till right now, when I brought it up, and it brings it all right back again, and you can murder him right now, right?
No. I have been thinking about it, and I've talked a bit to my mum about it as well.
Yeah.
Like she filled in some of the blanks because she came to visit me the night before. She was worried.
Okay.
So yeah, she was ready to take me to the hospital in the morning.
Yeah. How many kids does your mom have?
5.
5.
So yeah. 4 girls and my brother, yeah.
Yeah, nice. She knows what to do. So she got you to the hospital.
Yeah.
Now, when you get there, is it a right away thing, or do they have to struggle to figure out what it is?
I got in there and I was having the breaths by then.
Mm-hmm. Small respirations.
Yeah. Yep, that's them. So they looked at me and they said, "Oh, how long have you had asthma for?" And I said, "Well, I don't have asthma." So yeah, they brought me in pretty quickly, then took me in and did an ultrasound. Then they told me that the baby was passed.
Oh.
Yeah, from the DKA.
Oh.
Basically, they said my blood had poisoned his blood. So, yeah.
Nicole, now I feel bad about joking about the boy.
No, that's good.
No, it's terrible. I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a long, long time ago, but I'm still very sorry.
It is.
Did it stick with you through a lifetime?
Losing him? Yes.
Yeah.
Particularly as I almost feel responsible because it was me that I should have known. I should have gone in sooner. I know logically I tell myself it's not my fault.
Yeah.
But I still feel like it is.
I understand.
Yeah.
When you listen to the podcast and you hear so many people tell stories like that where, they feel responsible for a thing that is clearly not their responsibility or a thing they could have known about. Do you have compassion for them, but not for yourself?
Absolutely. I do still feel that compassion for myself but I still feel it and then give myself the compassion.
But then it doesn't dissipate for you. The feeling.
Yeah, it doesn't dissipate.
Yeah, people are weird. I mean, the way our brains work is strange. Oh my gosh. So what happens then? I mean, I don't want to walk you through it step by step, but how does that get managed? That was 7 months in, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6 months in. Yeah.
6 months.
It's all a bit of a blur there. They put me in the ICU and got the ketoacidosis under control. And then they had to wait for my health to recover before they could induce the labour.
Oh, how long?
So that was a week.
Oh, geez.
So I was a week in the maternity ward learning how to handle type 1 diabetes.
Gosh. You see a therapist after something like that?
I didn't straight away. I did later on, which was very helpful.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I mean, that week of being pregnant, but not, knowing the baby's gone that's gotta be.
It was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, taxing in a way that a lot of us wouldn't understand. My gosh. So you're learning your diabetes in the hospital during that, and then you have to have that procedure, and then you go home.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
My gosh.
So then tell me that I have to wait until I can try again for another baby. I have to get my blood sugars under control, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You understand yourself to have type 1 diabetes at that point?
I did, yes.
Okay.
And I think at that point it was all, I didn't grieve that process or accept that process, because all I was focused on was starting again and trying for another baby.
Right. What happened to the baby and the idea of let's get going and get this happening again doesn't really let you absorb the diabetes diagnosis?
Yeah.
Does that stop you from understanding it, or does the imperativeness of wanting to have a baby again does it force you to take care of it?
Both, because they told me that before I could get pregnant again, I needed to get my A1C down under 6. That forced me to do that. But at the same time, I wasn't focused on learning anything about diabetes. I think because I was diagnosed as an adult, I didn't get any training.
Yeah.
I didn't get any training at all. Like I said, I was shown what to do in the maternity ward.
Yeah. Probably not their cup of tea there, I would imagine.
No. The adult endos here really don't know that much. So they pretty much just prescribe the insulin, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I was given one appointment with a diabetes educator who sat there pretty much and told us the difference between type 1 and type 2 and what to do with a glucagon, and that was almost it. That was all my training.
Not a lot of direction. I mean, 20 some years ago, how do you figure that out back then? Then if you need that information, where do you get it from?
I didn't really. When I left the hospital, they gave me Mixard pens, which was a mix of 70-30.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much did it I ate to the insulin.
Oh.
So I did it with my diet.
Yep. You shot the insulin and then just ate the food that kept you from being too low.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
How was testing back then? Were you testing your blood sugar with any frequency?
Before a meal, and I think it was 2 hours after a meal, and that was it.
That was it. Do you have any idea of what kind of outcomes you were having?
I did get my A1C down to about 6, and within probably about 4 months, I fell pregnant again. So I did well in that first part. Yeah.
I know this is a long time ago, and is the process of trying to make the second pregnancy, is it joyful or is it scary?
Very scary. Once I actually fell pregnant, it was very scary.
Okay.
I worried at every step.
And then you had diabetes on top of all that.
Yeah.
What were they telling you your goals were for pregnancy for your type 1?
Once I got pregnant, I was testing before a meal and then every hour after a meal.
Okay.
If my blood sugar started to go up for 3 days in a row, then I would increase my insulin the next day by 1 unit, my dose. Right up until 2 years ago, I was basically, I wouldn't even say it was a sliding scale. I'd go into my endo and my dose was 3 units before each meals and 30 units of long acting. And that was it. There was no correcting. There was no counting carbs. I was never taught any of that.
How long did you do that for?
20 years.
Until just recently?
Yep.
What the heck? How did that happen?
Because I never got any education at all.
Were you using faster acting insulin?
I was using Novorapid.
Okay. Well, what changed a couple of years ago? Did you meet a doctor that was like, hey, there's a more modern way to do this?
Oh, no, kind of.
Okay.
what changed was continuous glucose monitors were approved here or approved to be subsidized here for adults.
Okay.
Because before that, it was only under 21, under 18s that they were approved for. And for adults, they were quite expensive. The same with pumps. So I was on MDI for that whole time.
No kidding.
Before that, I had a endo who was a little bit different. So he was like one of the leading endos in Perth. And back in, I think it was about 2011, 2012, Byetta came out and it was approved for type 2s.
Mm-hmm.
He decided that was too good a drug and he gave it to all his type 1s as well.
Oh, so you got a GLP.
I got a GLP.
So how long ago was that, Tom?
That was 2012. I went on Byetta. And then when Trulicity came out, I was changed over to Trulicity. And then when Ozempic came out, I was changed over to Ozempic.
So 13 years ago, you got a GLP, but you were...
Yes.
But you were MDI.
Officially, yes, yes.
Interesting. It's interesting where you got the modernization from.
On one side, they have no modernization, like no tech or anything like that. But he went against the norm. He actually decided that, like, he just put the authorizations through without telling the authorities, kind of thing.
Yeah. But he never thought to give you an insulin pump?
No.
Oh. And how long ago did you get a CGM?
It was about 2 years ago.
Same doctor?
No, he retired.
He retired. Okay. So this guy saw something that he thought this would be valuable for my type 1 patients. He kind of went out on a limb and got it for people, but he didn't know. Would have been nice if you knew.
Yeah. It would have been expensive for most type 1s.
Okay.
Adult type 1s here. Yeah.
For a pump or
a pump or CGM, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just not the way it worked.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Your outcomes pretty good through that time, through those years up till 2012?
Yep. My A1Cs were around 7.
Mm-hmm.
Not fantastic, like now, but
not bad.
But not bad.
Yeah. And did the GLP, the first one, help with that at all?
Yes, each one helped a little bit more.
Progressively got better. So tell me the first, Trulicity was the first one or Byetta?
No, Byetta.
Byetta.
Which was one a day, a shot a day. Yeah.
And do you remember what the impact was?
It reduced my insulin needs by a small amount, but it also stabilized like the weight gain. It stabilized all that. And it I think, even though I wasn't testing very often and I didn't have a CGM, so it was very difficult, by my A1C and that, I think it did still like smooth those highs and lows out a lot.
Highs aren't so high, the lows aren't so low. You don't use quite as much insulin. Talk about your weight for a second, though. Like, was it at a place at that point that something needed to be, like, you felt like you needed to do something?
I was probably about 5 kilos over where I wanted to be.
Okay.
I wasn't overweight or anything like that, but it was something I was always worried about.
Did that take that weight off or just hold it at bay?
It helped me lose probably about 3 or 4 kilos.
Okay.
And then it held it there.
Nice.
Which is what it's done pretty much the whole time.
Right. This is interesting because you have experience with these 3 different drugs. So I'm going to have fun. I think we'll have fun picking through this. So how long are you on that one till you move to the next?
The Byetta, I think, was about 3 or 4 years.
Okay. And then you move to Trulicity. Is there any increase in impact?
Only a small amount. And the main thing with the Trulicity was that it went from a once a day to a once a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you didn't have to inject it every day, but it was helping about the same.
Yeah.
Okay. But then Ozempic, when does he move you to Ozempic? Thank God he didn't retire before Ozempic came out. When did he move you to that?
Ozempic was around 2019.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's fun. Yeah. So you're saying, Nicole, that the internet knowing something doesn't mean that's when it first existed? Interesting. I love how everybody thinks that Ozempic came out like a year and a half ago because that's when they heard about it on TikTok.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no.
Yeah. So
it was
been a while.
Approved for type 2s. It's been around a long time, a while.
So now talk about, like, you went from Byetta, Trulicity to Ozempic. What was the change in impact then?
Ozempic was better than Trulicity.
Mm-hmm.
But if you went from Ozempic to Byetta to Ozempic, there was quite a difference.
Yeah.
In the holding the weight gain and the holding the blood sugars like level and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear about it. So did you lose more weight on Ozempic?
I did. It was kind of like probably the same as what like with the weight loss now, where you increase into the next level, where
Mhm.
you know it kind of flattens out. You're on it for so long, and then you kind of plateau,
Yep.
and then go up to the next one, and you lose a bit more. But I didn't have a lot of weight to lose anyway. So,
What weight was there to lose is gone now.
well, not really. Now menopause and then I was off it for a while because of the shortage.
Oh. So tell me how long you were on it and then how long you were off it.
So I think I started in 2007, and then I think the shortage might have happened. Was it 2020 or 2021?
Mm-hmm.
2022.
And you couldn't get it then?
No, then I couldn't get it. By that time, my endo had retired, and I got a new endo. I remember my first appointment with this new endo, and I walked in there and he said, "Oh, you had Dr. Such and Such." And I said, "Yep." And he said, "Oh, I just got off because he was one of the top endos. He did a training session, like a Zoom training session with a lot of endos."
Mm-hmm.
And he told all these endos that all my patients are going to be coming to you now, and all my type 1s are on Ozempic, so they're all going to be asking you for Ozempic. I think I got one script from him, and then there was a shortage and I couldn't get it anymore.
Okay. So what's the fall off like when you stop taking it? Does the weight come back?
Yes.
Okay.
Weight comes not really, really bad.
Okay.
There was a bigger impact on my blood sugars though.
Yeah. Does Ozempic impact your hunger, or did you not have an issue with that?
It does impact my hunger, yes.
Okay. You would say you had like prior to that, like hunger that didn't make sense at times?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so do you think that the decrease and then subsequent increase in insulin needs, was it multifaceted? Meaning, was it some about your weight, some about your intake, some about insulin resistance? Or do you think it's not touching you in all three of those places?
It's touching me in all of those. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it did.
It did. Yeah. And then, so tell me that you go off it slowly, like I forget the actual half-life. It's like 20 days maybe or something like that. So it's out of your system in a few weeks, and then your insulin needs start to rise up again?
Yes.
Yeah. By how much? Do you remember?
Yeah. Well, I can say my A1C, within 18 months, my A1C went from the low 7s to up to the 9.
Your A1C in 18 months went from low 7s to 9 when they took you off the Ozempic.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yep. But there was other things going on at the same time, because at that time I was going through a divorce.
Oh, okay.
And that impacted my mental health as well. And I wasn't looking after my diabetes.
I see. Yeah, that's taxing for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that a late in life from your first marriage, a divorce?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's a long time, right? You were married for a long time?
20 years, yeah.
Jeez. Can I ask, was the divorce your doing or his or mutual?
It was my doing.
Okay. That's taxing in a different way. And then when you get I'm guessing overwhelmed, but when you get impacted by that, how does that impact your diabetes?
Well, I was working a lot. I was probably having a few drinks every night and forgetting to take my long acting. Then I'd wake up sometimes and then get back out to work. So, and I wasn't testing my blood sugar either. So
now you had diabetes for a long time before this happened. Had you not been through other tough life things before? You know what I mean? Obviously losing the baby, but you lose the baby when you're just diagnosed. I mean, after you're diagnosed, had things not happened before, and did you give up on your health during those things too?
The last half of my marriage was very toxic and very taxing, but I think what saved me was the Ozempic.
How?
It made it easier to manage my blood sugars.
You weren't used to having to put as much effort into diabetes anymore because Ozempic made it easier.
Yeah.
I agree with you that it makes it easier, by the way. If you have, I want to say this, if you have insulin resistance, do you ever feel like you might have had PCOS at any point in your life or no?
Possibly, but not to an extent that it was very
painful or
had a lot
disruptive.
of impact. Yeah.
So I'm saying, if the things that the Ozempic impacts, if you're getting those things, you could see a pretty significant decrease in insulin needs. Like you said, spikes and lows, it lessens your hunger. So it lessens your intake. If you lose extra weight, that helps your your insulin resistance as well. All this stuff helps. And then, not that you're lazy about it, but like diabetes got easier, and then boom, they take away the Ozempic, and you decide to get divorced, and all this stuff kind of piles up on itself.
Yep.
I see.
Yep. So something I didn't have to pay that much attention to, all of a sudden I did have to pay attention to, but I had other things going on in my life as well. So
it was taking that attention away. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting. Now, like sitting here talking about it now, fair enough. But like, were you aware that any of that was happening while it was happening?
I think in the back of my head, yes, I was.
Just didn't have the space to handle it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long did it take to get divorced?
Took about 3 years before the final orders came through and everything was, yeah.
Did your blood sugar suffer through that entire time?
The first part wasn't too bad because I was on the Ozempic. So half of it I was on Ozempic for, which helped me to just coast through it.
Yeah.
It was the last half. As soon as the Ozempic was gone, it just spiraled a bit from there.
Well, I hope you're happy, Novo Nordisk. Look what you did to Nicole.
Yeah.
These things are important to people. Like all the, forget Ozempic. Like the things you count on are important to you, and being able to afford them and have access to them is important. And when it's not there, it's not as simple as just like, oh, well, like, we had a shortage or this thing broke or something. It's really affecting people. Not that they don't know that maybe, but, and you're back on it now?
I am. So I'm getting it off label. So I'm paying full price for it.
Oh,
but
what's that cost in Australia, and what's your money worth?
Okay. Well, it's costing me $170 a month.
170 what? Rubles? I don't know
dollars.
What you guys use.
Dollars.
Dollars. You guys just have dollars. That's awesome. Is that the equivalent to an American dollar?
No.
Oh, Australian dollar equals 0.65 of a United States dollar. So it's not quite half as, but it's close. So you said how much? 100? What?
170.
170. So you're paying about $85 a month or a week?
A month.
A month. Are you able to afford that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I make sure I can afford it.
It's like, I've lived with GLPs and I've lived without it. I sold my soul to the devil and he gives me $85 a month, and now everything's good again. I'm with you, Nicole. There's not much I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
I know what it's done for me and for people around me. Yeah, I'd chop down George Washington's cherry tree right in front of him for some Ozempic. I guess, too, that year and a half gave you a lot of perspective on what it was doing for you as well.
Did. Yeah, it did, yeah. But then I also, before I got back on the Ozempic, I got a CGM, which just blew my mind and opened my eyes up to a whole new world.
Yeah.
Because the other thing I'd never even heard about was pre-bolusing.
Really? Well, I mean, you're MDI, there's no CGMs, kind of makes sense, right? Like everything's a little behind.
Yeah. Yeah. My endo, the previous one, at one point he said to me, he didn't use the word pre-bolus, but he tried to get me to do that. But he made me come home. He said, when you've got someone home with you, just do a little test. So take your insulin for your meal, and then every 5 minutes, take your blood glucose, take a finger stick and record it, and then work out how long it takes for your insulin to start acting.
Mm-hmm.
If it takes 15 minutes for every meal, that's how long before your meal you need to do your insulin.
Okay. That's thoughtful of him.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But when did that start for you?
It didn't stick. Oh, that was, I don't know. I can't remember exactly when it was. I did it for a while, but it didn't always work. So it didn't stick because it was, well, as you can imagine, it's kind of daunting to not know when that drop is going to happen and where you're starting from, what your curve is, all that kind of stuff.
Sure. No, it's like somebody blindfolding you, putting you near a cliff and saying, just wander around. You probably won't fall.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
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 The CGM changes the whole thing for you.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah. You see it happening and then you can, it's not like you're not like testing I mean, imagine how many times you'd have to do that to build up some belief in how it's going to work. Right. And oh, wow. Okay. So the CGM, if I made you give one thing back, the CGM or the GLP, what would you keep?
CGM.
You'd keep the CGM. Yeah. Because it's seeing it as everything. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could work it out without the GLP. It would be you'd use more insulin, etc. Other things would happen, but
so I got the Omnipod as well at a similar time. So with those two, I got my A1C down to about 6, and the podcast, of course.
Oh, but how do you find it though? Because you're not a young person. Like who tells you? You know,
my endo suggested a pump to me, and I realized that I could get, like, it was all fun, like it was funded by my insurance and subsidized as well through NDSS here. So it made it more affordable. So I was researching. They had the 3 pumps here. They had Omnipod, Tandem, Ipsomed, and I went looking online for like experiences on what people thought of them, and that's how I found the podcast. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. And it's all these things together. These basically tools, right? Like the Omnipod, the CGM, the GLP, My Voice. They're all just tools, right? Yeah. Put them together, and suddenly you're having some nice success. Where's your A1C today? Did you say?
In December, it was at 5.8.
Ah, look at you. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Do you have any long-term health issues from type 1?
No, I have had a frozen shoulder. Other than that,
nothing else.
Nothing else.
That's great. Good for you. How do you describe yourself to people now, like post-divorce, post having all this technology to help yourself with? Are you in a different place than you were 5 years ago? A better place? How do you think of yourself?
Yeah. Yes, definitely a different place. I'm happier. I'm more settled. I'm healthier. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you dating?
I've tried dating.
How'd that go?
Oh, not very good.
Did you find some guys that made you go like, oh, if I'm going to put up with this, I could have kept the other one?
No.
No? Oh, no? Oh,
I'm
no.
happier on mine.
The first guy wasn't good, huh?
No, wasn't good.
I'm sorry. What is it at your, our age? Like, how old are you again?
53.
Oh, yeah. At our age, Nicole, like, what was hard about dating? What made it something you were just like, I'm not doing this?
Oh, it's the apps and I don't know, there's a different mindset out there nowadays. Most of I don't know if it's just the men, because I don't date women, but they're just after casual things, and yeah.
So you went out in the world and found out that 53-year-old guys are just like 18-year-old guys?
True.
Yeah.
Without the ambition to have a family and settle down and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And so, I get you. Are you through menopause, or are you still involved in it? Involved in it. What a weird way to say that. Sorry.
Not too sure. I've had a hysterectomy. I think I'm through the other side.
Through the other side. So interesting. You're not the part of your life where you're trying to build a family. You have kids, right? How many kids do you end up having?
3 kids. Yeah.
3 kids. You got 3 kids. You're an older person, meaning you're not 20. Sex isn't the same, weird fun that it was when it was younger, right? It's a little more, utilitarian? Trying to get to the end? Is that the idea? Am I missing? No? Did you want it to be fun and it wasn't?
No, that part was okay.
Oh. Nicole's like, no, that part was good. I was good with that part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What's the part that wasn't okay?
It's just the connection and the what people want. They just want to go out and hop from person to person and have a little bit of fun and nothing meaningful.
Yeah. So the sex was okay, but you were trying to build something with somebody and you couldn't find interest in that.
Well, that's where I'm at now, yeah.
Yeah. Does the diabetes impact it? Or do you not bother telling them, or?
No, I wear it proudly now.
Mm-hmm.
Up until about 2 years ago, I'd only ever met one other diabetic, which was a kid that was like my child's age in school.
Okay.
So I never had any community, never knew anyone else with type 1 diabetes. So now more and more people are wearing Dexcoms and pumps and that kind of stuff. You kind of see them out and about. So
sure.
Yeah, I've been to restaurants and seen people and been approached in the shopping centre to say, oh, you wear a Dexcom, how is that, kind of thing. And it's kind of nice.
Yeah, just to have that feeling. It's nice.
Yeah.
It really is. Does it help online too? Like to meet people online?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. You're the first lady from Australia I've spoken to who I don't feel has what I would call a delightful mental illness. This is no disrespect to the other people, but like I used to get like a lot of high energy people who are just like, I'm like, wow, that was a lot. I thought it was an Australian thing. I guess maybe it wasn't. Unless you know a lot of those ladies and you know what I'm talking about.
No, not really.
No, awesome. Then it was just a coincidence.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
Listen, you're not representing your country and I'm not representing mine, but let me apologize for getting your reporter shot with one of those rubber bullets yesterday. Sorry about that.
Yeah. I'm sure it wasn't you that did it.
No, it was not me. I was not even on that coast.
No, yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
But that poor lady is just out in the street. She's like, I'm reporting from, whoa.
Yeah. You look at the guy the cop who, I'm not sure who it was that did it. It looked like he actually turned around and aimed for it. It's like, wow.
I know. I'm dying to hear from him because like it can't be. Yeah. You're not wrong. They were standing in a line and it almost looked like you looked and went, hey, there's a lady from Australia doing a report. I'll shoot her in the leg. Yeah. But he just kind of like turned her and was like, thump. Yep. She did go down hard, by the way. That must hurt like a son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Yeah, but I would love to hear the I wonder what he thought was happening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because I don't believe that he was like, oh, I'm going to shoot a reporter from Australia right now.
Especially when there was cameras on her as well.
Exactly. Like, I wonder if it's going to be one of those things where he's like, I didn't mean to do that. like, I didn't even mean to pull the trigger. Sorry. Yeah. Or not. Anyway, it wasn't fun. You know what? It's one of those things. Nicole, it's not funny, and yet, I mean, if you see the video, it's a little amusing. Yeah. Not to her. Yeah. Not to her, obviously. I think it's the reaction that's amusing, not the action, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
She just looks like something just like bitter, and she's like, whoa, what the hell? Yeah. Probably a hell of a... I had the same feeling for her I have when I see a baseball player get hit in the back with a pitch. I'm like, oh, that's going to leave a mark.
Yeah.
It sucks. What made you want to come on the podcast?
Well, the community, and I didn't really know anyone that was type 1, so I want to add my voice to what's become my community as well.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That makes sense?
It makes a lot of sense. Am I not letting you be effusive enough about how much this podcast means to you? Is it a big deal for you?
It is a big deal to me, actually, yes. It keeps me grounded in my diabetes. I listen every morning on my way to work, and it keeps it in the front of my mind and thinking about diabetes without actually thinking about it. So it keeps all those little catchphrases that you have that you hear on and off all through the podcast. It reminds you every day. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you saw that drift away during your divorce, and you don't want that to happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah. This sentiment that being like just listening to a podcast once a day, it's not like someone's yelling in your face, take care of yourself, you know what you're supposed to be doing. Like you don't get that feeling, like the shame feeling like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing or whatever, or somebody like, you know, talking to you like a school mom or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's enough just to keep you connected to it without you focusing on it. Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Excellent.
But it also gives me a great feeling with not just the diabetes, but putting some of the theories into life as well. Like I remember your graduation speech that you give to anyone that graduates.
Oh, this is water.
Yeah, this is water.
Yeah.
You mentioned that on one of the podcasts, and I thought, I'll just go and have a listen. So I listened to it, and that resounded with me quite a lot.
Yeah.
And that I brought that into my life as well, like into my work life. I had someone kind of came at me a bit and accused me of something, and in the email that she CC'd like 10 people in, like she was trying to cover her own ass and put blame on me. Mm-hmm. Now I could have come back and like shamed her in front of everyone, and I just sat back and I thought, no, I don't think I will. I'll just sit back. And the next day I thought of that speech, and I thought, well, what's going on in her life that she's
attacking me?
Yeah. So, I thought about that speech, and I thought, well, what's going on with her that she has to defend herself, and just gave her a little bit of kindness instead. And now she's like not doing it anymore, and she's quite lovely.
Yeah, that's excellent.
So, yeah.
I think I'm a reasonably common sense person.
Yeah. And
I don't get rattled normally. You know, when I think about bigger ideas, I can kind of hold a few thoughts in my head at the same time. And I'm not brilliant. Like I Sometimes I hear people starting to talk about like political things, and I'm like, I get lost. Like you start getting into that sixth level, and I'm like, I can't keep all this straight anymore.
Yeah.
I'm certainly not brilliant. I think that if you listen to that pro tip series or any of the stuff that I talk about managing diabetes, and exchange some of the words for other things in your life, I think it works for almost everything.
Yes.
Anybody who gives me credit for being good at diabetes, you should actually just be giving me credit for, I don't know, I think I'm a clear thinker. And then I apply that to, I applied that to diabetes, and that's why it worked out. Not because I certainly didn't know anything about diabetes.
Yeah. And you can hear that. You can hear that through the podcast in different aspects, like that this is water.
Yeah, no. You know, it's funny. There's this moment in one of the series that I did with Jenny where I said, I want to talk about something that I came up with. And she goes, okay, what is it? And I said, I call it over bolusing. And I start explaining it to her, and she goes, yeah, John Walsh called that super bolusing in a book he wrote 20 years ago. And I thought, well, first of all, lucky me, I don't read. I've never heard that book. I mean, I know who he is. I know the book, Pumping Insulin. I know it exists, but I've never read it. No one's ever said to me, hey, you should try a super bolus. It's a thing that I just figured out one day. And then to hear her tell me that's a thing that people who really know what they're doing about diabetes do, that made me, like, that actually gave me confidence. That made me feel like, oh, what I'm seeing is maybe right. You know, like, because I didn't know. I was just guessing. I'm just trying to help my kid.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thrown into this problem. I take who I am and I apply it to it. I get my goals. I get what I'm trying to avoid. And I make these decisions as well as I possibly can. And then here we are. And then one day I say, I have this idea, like, sometimes when you can't pre-bolus, what if you bolused for the food and then went into the future in your mind and said, what is the spike going to look like from not pre-bolusing, and how much would it take to kill the spike? What if we put that into the bolus and didn't pre-bolus? We could super bolus it, stop the spike, and not get low later. That made sense to me, Yeah. And then you try it one day and it works. You're like, huh? And then later, 10 years later, some lovely lady tells you, yeah, that's the thing. Have you ever read Pumping Insulin by John Walsh? And I'm like, no. So it's so cool. I'm just happy. Honestly, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for my daughter. I'm happy for the other people who listen. If you got me when I was 20 and said, hey, Scott, you're going to help a lot of people making a diabetes podcast, I'd be like, that's how my life ends up.
You know where I'm working now? In a sheet metal shop.
Are you really?
I am.
Do you really? What do you do there?
I'm the office manager bookkeeper. So I don't work out in the factory, but
Oh, you get an air conditioner?
Yes.
Yeah, that's all you need. That's excellent. We used to come up with reasons to have to go into the office to look for blueprints so you could stand in the air conditioning for a minute. The guys do that still?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's like you just walk in, you're like, oh, I don't think I'm going to die if I stand here for 20 more seconds. Oh. Yeah. It's so hot in that building, and everything's hot and dirty, and it's horrifying. I did enjoy working there, I have to say.
Yeah, I love it. It's the guys are great. People that work for there, they're great. So,
you said that some of the best guys I ever met in my life worked there. Yeah. Like really good, solid dudes,
Yes.
Welders and fabricators, people did paint shop stuff. Like they were all just reasonably, good people, worked hard.
Yeah.
I just talked to a guy recently who I worked with there, and he's like, it's so crazy to me. Like he's retired now. He's in his late 60s, Oh,
wow.
And I'm like, oh, that's nuts. Like you were like a 35-year-old guy when I had that job, like talking about raising your kids and like stuff like that. And now I talk to him on the phone, and he's like, we'll talk sometimes while he's in the car and he's coming back from like his like grandchild's like karate class or something like that. And I'm like, oh, that's nuts, man. This guy, I'm going to give him a lot of credit. He's one of the funniest people I ever met in my life. His name was Bob. And it used to get, like I said, it was hot as balls in there. And that saying is important because every once in a while you'd walk through the shop and just see Bob grab the front of his pants, yank it out, take a bottle of talcum powder and just shake it down his pants and jump up and down real quick and then go back to work. There'd be little talcum powder puffs on like the floor where because it would go down your pant leg then.
Yep.
Anyway, go to college, get an office
I'm going to be
job.
careful now walking out the workshop.
You see any white on the floor, that is definitely where someone was powder in their. That's for sure.
Yep.
Is there anything we didn't talk about that we should have?
No, I think that's all good.
Good. That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. I mean, we didn't really say it out loud, but just the slower pace that Australia got technology, got CGMs covered for people. Like, you seem like a nice person. I don't imagine you do, but does it make you mad that you didn't have these things sooner?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's okay because you don't really have any. You don't have any outcomes that you're not looking for.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I got I did get the Ozempic, which I think helped a great deal.
It's awesome.
If I hadn't have had that, possibly could have been a different outcome.
Yeah. What's that doctor's name? Would you be willing to say it? Retired guy?
Dr. Stanton's. He's retired. Yeah.
He was thinking way ahead of the curve. He did you a solid.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
No kidding. I mean, it's 2025 now, halfway through 2025. It's 5-6 years after somebody started talking to you about GLPs. They've obviously gotten a lot more effective, and I think will continue to. I bet you it turns into a daily pill sooner than later.
Yeah, that'd be good. Not that I mind an injection, but
well, some people do though. But do you notice it wanes after day 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. It would be nice if you had a little more even coverage. We're still arguing with people now. Like, it's been 5 years since, Trulicity and Byetta and all that stuff. And I think the outcomes are obvious. And yet you'll get online and some people will still say like, oh, that's not for type 1s, or you're cheating. Just don't eat as much. Like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. Like, it's just not that easy all the time, No.
Yeah.
And you got one life and it doesn't last that long, Nicole. So I don't like you suffering.
Right.
Yeah. I like it being, I like it being happy for you,
Yep.
All right. Well, you were awesome. I appreciate this. You probably got to go to
Thank
bed.
you.
Yeah, it's getting late, right? You got to get up tomorrow and watch those guys do whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it's winter time now. Actually, working in a shop during the winter is awesome because, right? Because it's so cold outside. The building is in no way, there's no insulation in the building. So the heat the cold comes in from outside and the machine's kind of off balance. It's almost kind of nice and toasty. Not bad, actually.
Yeah.
That part I remember fondly.
Not so much in the office. It's cold in the office.
Well, yeah, you got to get out there with the machines.
We got the air conditioning. Yeah.
Just constant banging and clanking, right?
Yeah.
You don't hear it after a while, though. It's interesting.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
You don't.
And the shears, coming down and cutting a plate. It's like, I can hear it in my, God, I lived through it so many times. I'm going to let you go, Nicole, because it's late. Hold on one second. Hold on one second for me. Today's episode of the Juicebox Podcast is sponsored by the Dexcom G7, and the Dexcom G7 warms up in just 30 minutes. Check it out now at dexcom.com/juicebox. Today's episode is sponsored by the Tandem Mobi system with Control-IQ Plus technology. If you are looking for the only system with auto bolus, multiple wear options, and full control from your personal iPhone, you're looking for Tandem's newest pump and algorithm. Use my link to support the podcast, tandemdiabetes.com/juicebox. Check it out. I can't thank you enough for listening. Please make sure you're subscribed or following in your audio app. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of the Juicebox Podcast. If you're looking for community around type 1 diabetes, check out the Juicebox Podcast private Facebook group, Juicebox Podcast, Type 1 Diabetes. But everybody is welcome. Type 1, Type 2, gestational, loved ones, it doesn't matter to me. If you're impacted by diabetes and you're looking for support, comfort, or community, check out Juicebox Podcast, Type 1 Diabetes on Facebook. Hey, what's up, everybody? If you've noticed that the podcast sounds better and you're thinking like, how does that happen? What you're hearing is Rob at Wrong Way Recording doing his magic to these files. So if you want him to do his magic to you, wrongwayrecording.com. You got a podcast? You want somebody to edit it? You want Rob.